Dude, there's a corner. Are you gonna brake or what? So this is a lot of people do. Here's the corner's right here. They brake. All the suspension goes down. They get off the brake and turn and go to the corner.
Yeah.
So their braking zone stays like this far. I have the same braking zone, but it's like this. My braking zone includes the first half of the turn. They're off the brakes before the turn. So I'm riding around, right? I got the GS. A whole bunch of sport bike guys behind me on a weekend. Like, okay, on the straight line, they're gonna go stupid fast. So I just move over. Yeah, go fast, people. Right before the corner, every single one and damn one of them. Brake light off, turn the bike. Brake light off, turn the bike. Brake light off, turn the bike. Got them. Next time, they're going. Now we have another left-hand turn. This time I ride the yellow line. And I'm going. They all start to brake a damn football field before I even walk the throttle.
Yeah.
Because they think they have to get off the brakes before they lean the bike. And I'm like, no. I want to carry the brakes into the corner. Remember, this is at a faster pace.
Yeah.
Lower pace is all totally different. So then I roll off the throttle, I get on the brakes hard. I have my most brake pressure at tipping.
Right.
People have the most brake pressure of football field before they even turn the bike. And then they slowly trail off the brakes and there's no brake and then they tip the bike in.
Right.
I brake. There's tipping, say I'm at 60%. And as I start to lean, 55, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, right?
How much brake pressure would you have as you begin to roll on the throttle as you lean? So you're trail braking, you're coming in with maximum braking force.
Well, maximum for the speed. So
Maximum
I might only be
for
braking 30%, and that's
Right.
max to slow me down for that corner for that speed.
You're holding that brake pressure as you roll on the throttle to keep that contact patch.
So I'm 30% brake pressure.
Right.
As I start to lean, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25.
That's what
then
I
once
mean.
I get all my leaning done, I'm off the brakes. So
Okay.
I'm trailing. So 30%, 25, 20, 10, 95. And then depends how big the corner is. Once I'm done braking, I'm done leaning. Once I'm done steering, I'm done leaning. I crack open the throttle to maintain the speed. If I don't do anything, I'm gonna keep slowing down. So say I'm going 80 miles per hour, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. And I wanna maintain 20. I'm off the brakes, crack open 20, 20, 20, 20,
Right.
20. When can I accelerate? And this damn thing is facing where I want it to go. Like, you're not gonna shoot a gun and then point it. I'm not gonna start to accelerate.
I'm hoping this camera picked that up, because when I was sitting behind you, I was trying to ET in my head, stay straight, but over and look down, because I was watching your throttle hand
Yeah.
in the right hand corners as you were trail braking and letting off and then rolling on.
Yeah,
so I was watching your
so
finger pressure.
And then when the transition starts between when I start to crack it open and brake pressure, there's less than 5% brake. It's just enough to
You can feel it. It's
just
hard to see it from the angle that I was at.
But no one has ever said, not even Lee Parks, and people think Lee Parks says this, and Champ School bashes Lee Parks, and they talk to Rainey, the guy who, Freddie Spencer, he was there. No one ever accelerates and increases brake pressure at the same time. That's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. A 5-year-old doesn't know that. Hold the brake and start to pedal. Like, that's dumb. As I'm trailing off the brakes, right? Trailing off. So maybe I have 2% brake, the light's still on, and I just start to crack open the throttle just to maintain the speed. I'm not increasing the pressure, nor am I accelerating.
No.
There's a big difference. There is something called maintenance throttle, and there's something just called hold the brake light on, which is damn near 1%, which is almost nothing.
Yeah.
And that's the big confusion. And all that only happens within a second. So it's like, people just break it down like court do. 1 second, the cop shoots somebody, and they break it down to 45-minute long thing. Like, dude, that happened in 1 second. Like, these things still doesn't have the, oh, I didn't know they're...
No.
So
Gotcha.
So, people do the basic stuff.
Yeah, no,
brake hard, off the brakes.
Right.
So what you did for that one tight corner, the one tight one, you're braking before the turn, off the brakes, lean the bike. And they're like, oh, this is a little bit tighter turn. You got to go back to the brakes. So
that's exactly what I did. I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting this.
So when you first go to the brakes, it's just like Champ School says, lighter, longer. You go to the brakes to 30% right away. Go to the brakes 5% and hold 5%. If you need more to slow down, go to 7. And then just carry the brakes on. So one exercise to do, one of your homework assignments, every single blind corner you ever go through for a month,
Okay.
have the brake light on until you see the exit.
Okay.
Just, it might be 1%. Who cares? I don't care what you're doing with the throttle. Just brake light on. If I'm behind you, that damn brake light better be on until you can actually see there's no car pulling out or deer or whatever. Right. Just that exercise alone, people have told me have to change their riding because there was something around the corner. They're already there. So the reaction time is literally 0. They go around a blind corner. Oh my God, a car. They're already on the brakes. All you have to do is just start to increase the pressure and slow the damn thing down.
Absolutely.
I've never said or claimed that I could, not hit a car. If I go around a blind corner, I'm going a quicker speed, and a bus pulls out, I'm still gonna hit the bus, but this is the difference. Here's the average rider, hand around the throttle, full blind corner, like an idiot. They go around, they see a bus, oh my God, they're probably gonna chop the throttle, grab the brakes, crash through and hit that thing at 75. I go on the blind corner, 8 miles per hour, I'm covering the brake. Maybe I'm not even holding the brake line, I'm just there, I'm ready. Now I see the bus, holy crap, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Well, I'm still gonna hit the bus, I'm gonna survive. The other guy's gonna explode and just literally die. Big difference.
Pink mist.
Big difference. Or I'm gonna slow the bike down enough to have enough time and space to think about. Maybe I could go around the car because there's no oncoming traffic. I've done that before. But people have no idea how to brake in the turn. You go ask any, we sit here for the next hour, we'll probably see 100 bikes. You ask every one of them, what happens if you brake hard with the front brake in the turn? Half of them will say you'll crash, the others half will say the bike will stand up and go wide. Both are false. It doesn't make any damn sense.
And you just proved with me on the back.
Yeah, no one could ever tell you different because I just showed you.
I've just witnessed and experienced hard braking in a lean in a corner.
And so the first half was normal trail braking. The second half, I just show you what's possible in a turn. And we went to the turn, I was braking, accelerating, all lean.
It blew my mind.
And I was even swerving in the middle of the
turn. It blew
my
mind.
So here's the thing.
It's one thing watching you do it.
Yeah, that's why I put people on the back.
But to do it on the back, feeling it, I'm like, I literally have had my mind blown because I've never experienced that level of hard braking in a corner with traffic. It's just extraordinary. And I trust you, and you're an amazing rider, but it was, yeah.
So you tell me this.
I'm absolutely gobsmacked by that experience.
Let's say I'm in the middle of a corner, you're the exit. I want to continue to go to you, but I'm right here. I start to accelerate. Where's the bike gonna go? I'm facing it.
Yeah, that way.
Go straight.
Yeah.
Well, the opposite is true. If I start to slow down, where's the bike gonna go?
Right.
Everybody needs help tighten up the line. Nobody needs help going wide. People do that enough on road.
Yeah.
People go wide all the time. So when you slow the bike down in the middle of the turn, the bike's not gonna stand up and go wide all by itself like it's a transformer. This is what people understand. People think that happens. Okay, if I go through a corner at 30, I'm gonna have this much lean angle. If I go through the corner at 80, I'm gonna have to have this much lean angle. So if I slow down, it's not the bike standing up and going wide, it's because I'm slowing down, the lean angle is going to be less because I'm just going less speed, but I'm still keeping the same line.
Yeah.
And that's what that demonstration is. Like, I'm going into the corner, braking hard, back down the gas, braking hard. It's still the same line. The lean angle might stand up because I'm going slower, otherwise I'm just going to fall. I can't maintain that much lean angle at 10. If Mark Marquez goes through a corner 80 and he's dragging his shoulder, the next lap, same corner 20, he'll be stripping down. Lean angle determines how fast you go. If you go through a corner faster, you have to lean more. Otherwise, you're not going to make it. Right? It's just simple.
Now, the only thing that I talk to my students about when we're doing canyon riding is the correct line I'd recommend is the one away from the danger aspect. And when you're going into a blind corner, it's other bikers, other bicyclists coming in the opposite direction, and they're cutting that inside line, and all of a sudden you think you're in that good line, and then you've got a whole lot of horrible coming towards you.
So look at this.
So I would rather go slower and take the safer route unless I'm at the track.
Right, so think about this. So this will probably answer all of it. In between my feet, this is where I ride on any unfamiliar road.
Yeah.
Line selection is my 5th priority in the twisties.
Absolutely.
Vision, throttle, brakes, counter steering. Not in that order, but counter steering could be first, whatever. But these are the 4 things you have to do to make it through the corner. You have to see. You can't blindfold, we both do that. You have to use the throttle to go. You have to use the brakes to slow down, and you have to counter steer to make the bike lean. Everything else is icing on the cake. Line selection is body position is 5th, and then line selection is 6th.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I'll stay dead center in between my feet and go ride as fast as if I was losing line. Line was very important to me because I didn't know anything else.
Right.
Now, right here in between my feet, here's dead center, my tires will go right there, my tires will go there. On an unfamiliar road, how am I supposed to know to start on the outside? What if it's decreased in radius? What if I don't give a shit about line? I will stay in between my feet for any road and ride just as fast as you want to go. Right. Forget about line. That's another homework assignment. Go down a road like 10 miles like this, do perfect line as if you're just perfect. Now go back, no line, stay dead center, and see how that feels. People never thought about, I have to use line. Line is a tool.
Right.
Line selection is a tool. Just like body position. I can move my body in practice every time, but I can also just stay neutral and not do shit.
And not move.
You don't have to do it.
No.
The only things you need to do, vision, throttle, brakes, counter steering. Everything else is optional. It's just, you don't have to do that stuff. But when people think you have to do 20 things at once, they're trying to juggle 20 things. I'm like, dude, let's strip down all the BS.
Right.
What do you have to do to go through this corner? Vision, throttle, brakes, counter steering. Basic. And what that demonstration was brilliance in the basic. I wasn't moving my body with you on the back. I wasn't using both hands half the time. And I wasn't moving line really.
I was thinking amazing. Okay, he's got his hands off the grill.
Vision, throttle, brakes, first, dude. Brilliance in the basics.
He's not holding on to it.
That's all it is, right?
Okay,
All
it's
right.
still recording. I gotta turn you around.
Here's another thing.
It's so dark in that direction. All right, next.
This is straight from Champ School, right? So, Champ School, they say this. American Super Camp, which is also taught by pro racers, an amazing course, 2 days as well. Like I'm going to in 2 weeks again, for my 7th time. Champ School says the slowest point of the corner. At some point for the corner, your miles per hour says when you're going the slowest. It might be 32, it might be 65, it depends on when it is, right? Champ School says it. This summarizes that whole one-on-one. How fast can I get to and away from the slowest point of the corner? If I know I'm going to be going 40 right here, I want to drive this bike in and brake, slow the hell down to 40 miles per hour, get the damn thing turned off the edge of the tire and accelerate the hell out of there. American Super Camp says the best riders get the bike driven into the corner, slowed, turned around, and go in the other direction the best. Same exact thing, different wording.
Yeah.
So this is what people do. So here's a big left, right? The slowest point of the corner for both of us is 50.
Okay.
So this is what a lot of people are doing. I'm saying you, but this is a lot of people, right?
Hmm.
I'm going 80, 70, 60, off the brakes, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. Ooh, back in a straight line with the power. They go back to 80.
Right.
50 miles per hour is your slowest point. 50 miles per hour is my slowest point too. And I'm also going 80 just like you were.
Okay.
So watch what I do. I'm still going 80, still going 80, still going 80. 80, 70, 60, 55, 50 for 1/10 of a second. Get the bike slowed, turned, 55, 60, 75, 80. 50 miles per hour for you is the whole damn turn, just consistently going just slow the whole turn.
And you're in
going
it
50
fraction
miles
of
per hour for 1 second.
Yeah, fraction of a
That's the slowest point. If that's 50 miles per hour, I'm going 80 right here. Slow. Turn this damn thing and go. More powerful of the bike, the better. We got to use our brakes and our engine. So big, powerful bikes do two things well: accelerate and stop. Use that to your advantage.
Yeah.
And if lean is risk, I'll have less mid-corner speed than you, but be faster than you everywhere else. Like, oh, I gotta have a lot of. How fast do you go through the corner? I get asked this. How fast do you go through the corner? I went through that corner like 50. Oh, I went 60. Yeah, but I got here a minute before you. What
How did that happen?
Who
right.
gives a crap? So setting up for the corner, braking for the corner, taking for the corner, exiting the corner, setting up for another corner. Mid-corner speed is only one element. I don't care about mid-corner speed. I want to have as little lean angle as possible. And this is how I ride with passengers on this bike, and I lead sport bike groups everywhere. I ride with sport bikes all the time. They're like, what the, how the hell? They're going like this. Well, they got off the brakes super early and they just try to rail it. A lot of lean angle, a lot of risk. Public roads, a lot of lean angle, a lot of risk, a lot of mid-corner speed, but sacrifice their throttle, their exit so much. The exit is my priority. They don't care about exit. They care about mid-corner speed. Get the knee down, get the picture.
Looking good.
Look cool, man. So look how long it takes this guy to get on the corner, to get on the gas. So he's going 80, he's going 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70. He's still going 70 miles per hour, all that lean angle, and finally got to get the lean angle away and then finally get back on the throttle and finally go. I'm slowing down 80, 70, 60. I'll go 10 miles per hour slower, but I get the bike turned faster. I get off the edge of the tire faster. I'm back to full throttle 100 feet before him. My goal, how fast can how can I get back to full throttle? Can't get back to full throttle and have that much lean angle. So I just want to get this damn thing turned, pointed, stood up and go.
Right.
Exit, 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 exit. Like I do this with people on like ZX10Rs and R1. So they follow me, I follow them. I put them on the back and they don't know that. I go down, no brakes, and I come back. When they're following me going back, they go into the corner like almost the same speed as me, but on the exit, it's like, I don't know what you're doing on the exit. You're just gone. Because people wait till they're finally done with the corner, then they put down the power. If I'm at this much lean angle, when my bike's facing where I want it to go, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I could already be full throttle as the bike is starting to stand up. I don't need to do this. 50 miles per hour, 50 miles per hour, 50 miles per hour, 50. Oh, is it?
Right.
So it's just opposite. If I could stand the bike up in a half second, like counter steer, and actually make the bike stand up in 1/2 second, that means I could go to whatever throttle I was just at to full throttle in the same half second. The smaller the bike, the more you can get away with this because you're not worried about a R3 spinning up the rear. So you could really, like, on my little 300 track bike before, like I was damn near full throttle like right after the apex on a track because it's just not that much power. On a bigger, more powerful bike, I can't be leaned over this far and give it full throttle. Even with a little bike with that much leaning, it's going to spin up. So I start to bring the bike up a little bit, but it's like 70, 80, like I'm at 100% throttle right there. Can't do that on R1, too much power. It's gonna throw you off, right? So the more powerful the bike, the more you have to wait and be very disciplined mid-corner to get it pointed before you stand up and go. That's why Moto 3, the small CC, they have faster apex speed than MotoGP. Because they have more powerful bikes. So MotoGP, 220 miles per hour, slow it down to 70, back at 200 miles per hour. Moto 3, 150, 70, 150. They have way faster apex speed because they don't have the power. They can't make up for it. They just have to maintain that damn speed. That's why it's so important people get into track riding, start on a small bike. So you have to have perfect lines, best throttle control, amazing, like everything has to be really good to keep the momentum going. Powerful bikes, people get lazy as shit. They go slow as crap for the corner. Like, oh, straight line, nah. That's why that video on my Instagram has like 400,000 views now. My 300, these 3,000s passed me in a straight line at Chuckwalla. I pass all of them in the corner. I'm on a 330 horsepower bike and on a 180 horsepower bike. So, slowest point of the corner. The exit's my priority. And the only purpose of entry is to set up the exit. I just care about the exit. I just care about driving out of the corner, right? If you go into a corner at 50 and come out at 70, awesome. So that corner's good. Next time you take the same corner in the same conditions, maybe you go into it at 55. Slowly build the entry speed. If you go in at 55 and still come out at 70, no problem. Now you go in at 60. But you come out at 65, you're very close to your personal limit.
Right.
If you go in at 60 and come out at 50, you're lucky if you make it. Too fast entry speed is the spark that causes everything to jack out. So I get the bike in at my comfort speed. I always slow down to my comfort entry. I don't care who's around me. That's my #1 goal of any corner, anywhere, ever. I always slow down until I'm comfortable. And that doesn't mean in the beginning of the turn. I can still slow down halfway
As
through.
you're in the turn.
So I'm slowing down. And then my whole thing is to get the bike slow down, just to get up off the edge of the tire, full throttle, just go the other way. Right? The exit's always a priority. Talked about the fundamental thing, vision, throttle, brakes, counter steering, eye position. So you're kind of going like U-turn stuff or fast speed turns. So if we both had Harleys, I'd be talking to you a lot more about cornering, about body position. That's layer 1, 8th grade level. Let's go deeper. Now you're on a Harley and you're going at the speeds that you just were, but you weren't scraping anything. I'm not gonna say shit to you about body position. Now you're on the same bike, but now you're going faster. Now you are scraping both sides. That is the only time I'll say anything to any Harley rider about body position. But like, I used to say, when I was still at that level of understanding, oh, you're on a Harley, you have to hang off the bike way more. Now I'm like, well, they don't have to unless they're scraping. And a lot of people, you're not even going fast enough to scrape the pegs. Who gives a shit about body position? If we were both on Harleys and we're both like, okay, you need to add some body position at the slowest point, because that's when you have the most lean angle.
Right.
Only at that one point, get off the bike a little bit to keep the bike a little bit more upright. But if you're just drop the pace 5% and you're not leaning enough to scrape, why would I ever talk to you about body position? It's a waste of time. Who cares? Yeah. So on any bike that actually has ground clearance, sport bikes, upright bikes, standard bikes, like on the street, I'm just absolutely perfectly neutral, perfectly fine, and I just fly around whenever I want to. And people are hanging off, do whatever. There's people hanging off their bike and knee dragging. I'm in front of them or behind them on the bike. Like, what are you doing? I'm like,
when I first got this, it had stock suspension and it was very mushy, typical. You couldn't adjust it, and it was, sport touring suspension, super comfy, straight line. Put it in the canyons, I was grinding all the time, even with full body position, trying to push the bike in the opposite direction. So I took it to Race Tech and got full upgraded race suspension put done.
Stiffer.
So it's a lot stiffer. I had them set it up for my height, weight, and build, and fully adjustable. So now I'm finding, like with that road, I'm not scraping.
Yeah. But
with better body position, it will be even better.
Yeah, especially with
I know I've got a lot of homework to do and practice to do.
Yeah, but so on a Harley right now.
But it's made a big difference.
Yeah, so even with the Harley, if I jumped on a Harley right now with really low floorboards and the mushy, bouncy, cloudy suspension, if I just ride around at a pretty easy pace, I'm still not going to be scraping. I still won't move. I'll be neutral Nancy all day long until I go at a quick enough pace to make the bike lean enough. Right. That's the only time I need bike position. Now, bike position as well. So Jake Gagne just won 2 in a row Moto America Superbike Championships. Okay. He's a dirt rider that transformed into a street rider. Like the first time his ever in the leathers was on the cement for the first time he won a race. He's just a freak, right? He stays on top of the bike, and if you watch him with his R1 Superbike, he stays on top of the bike. Going into the corner, most of the time he's not doing all this hang off crap or anything. So I think the second time he was at American Super Camp when I went, I was like, why do you do that? Why do you not hang off and stuff like that? He's like, okay, when I'm going into a corner, I'm braking hard going to the corner. I want to get feedback of what the front end is doing. If it starts to push, then braking so hard and turning, I need to ease off the front a little bit. If the rear starts to slide, how much throttle, but I'm way better able to manage the bike when I'm on top of it. If I'm fully committed off to the inside, I can't do nothing.
Yeah.
And watch every professional racer at any level. They go into the corner, straight up and down. They're braking, no leg dangle, braking really hard, straight up and down. As they start to tip it in, however fast you want the bike to lean, that's how fast you move your bike to the inside. They're braking straight up and down. As you start to lean, they go off to the inside a little bit. So maybe like your knee down's right here, and then they go through. But then every single racer, on any racer, anywhere, even supermoto, they do this. The exit, every one of them goes like this. They just want to get the bike up. I just want to get the full throttle. I can't get the full throttle like this. So they purposely do the move, like what they say in champ school. On the exit, your head is the lowest. I don't care about my body. I just want this bike upright. I just want to get full throttle. I can't get full throttle unless I get the bike upright. Watch the exit of any corner on any race ever, and you will see every one of them looking like this.
Yeah, looking at it, pushing
the
bike up.
upright.
Get it upright.
So street riding, I want to be on top of the bike, dead center middle, going into the corner. There's a bunch of dirt. I could wiggle around. I could feel it. I could play around with brake pressure, throttle control, move my line. I could see better. I'm higher up. The only time I'm ever doing like bike position, this is how much I move on the street, right? If I'm going fast and I know the road is clear. That's that video, 6 inches is all you need. There's my aggressive riding.
Right.
Now I could ride slower in full leathers on this bike and knee drag every corner just because it's fun.
Yeah.
But it's completely not necessary.
Completely
obviously.
And it's dangerous. I find it's reduced visibility as well. When you're on the side of the bike going through a corner and dragging, your body position on that inside, it's not giving you that vision on the opposite side, depending on what side of the bike you're at.
Keep in mind, because people go like this. Before the corner, they're already hanging off.
Yeah. Pre-positioning themselves.
Before the corner, in a straight line, I am absolutely straight up and down.
Yeah.
As I start to lean, I'm already upright, I'm still upright. Then finally, I'm at the most bike position when I'm at the most lean angle, which is the slowest point. That's when I have the most lean angle. That's when my knee touches at the slowest point. And after my knee touches for 1/2 a second, I just want to get the bike upright and full throttle on there. But people who set up like this, way off over here, then they try to go into a corner. It's like, what connection? It doesn't make any sense. It's completely filtered. All right. So, homework. So I said this already. So first, find a road that you know.
Right.
And they, like this is 10 miles.
I have very similar.
Perfect. So I already told you a couple of them. So first, go down.
Yep.
No brakes.
Okay.
Why no brakes? You're working on the timing. I even say this to people when I was still teaching the MTC. Hey, if you roll off the throttle way earlier in second gear, you're gonna have to get back on the gas before you even lean. You're braking too early. So as you're coming out of the turn, I want you to be accelerating at the cone. The cone, you know, the eyebrow, the cone, that cone is when you can actually accelerate because the bike is finally pointing. So I tell people when they go, like when we're split, I'm like, look, see, they're going through the corner, I want you guys to steady throttle, just wait. When can you accelerate? Like, I don't know, at the cone. Why the cone? Is the cone magical? No. At the cone is when your bike is finally pointed down the thing. Now I want you to accelerate. Like, I want you to get on the gas and go. Then, if you're not using the brakes, you're not accelerating enough.
Right.
And I tell people like, oh, I'm only rolling off the throttle, I'm not using the brakes. Yeah, because you're staying the same 15 miles per hour the whole time. That's not the purpose of this exercise. At the corner, I want you to go, get up to 20. Now I'll use the brakes. But if you get off the brakes, like really, really abruptly, it was probably too soon. So go down, no brakes, just, okay, I'm going 80. I know I'm comfortable going 50, but when do I need to roll off? Do I need to roll off fast? Do I need to roll off slow? Like, it's just all your timing, what's comfortable for you. No downshifting either, just pick a gear and go. So no brakes going down. Okay. So I tell people on this road, go down, like, because 10 miles. If it's a shorter road, maybe go down and back, and that's 1 lap. But like for one of these things, like go straight, like do like 10 miles. If that turns around you or not, or just one way, either way. No brakes. Next time, go down or come back, rear brake only.
Okay.
I tell people that with R1s and sport bikes, like, what, rear brake only? I'm like, so you have a brake you don't know how to use, and you don't know how powerful it is? Like, smarter people than us put the thing on there once you learn how to use it. I'm like, I never touched the rear brake. Okay, good exercise it's gonna be for you then. Rear brake only. Next one, downshift only. So you're still only rolling up the throttle, no brakes, but just downshift. Okay. So now you can go a little bit faster because when you downshift, you're getting more engine braking.
Yep.
So now it's the timing of that. Like I do on this bike, like no brakes, like in 4th gear, I'm going faster. Okay, roll off, downshift. Oh, I slow down a little bit too much. So next time I take that corner, I can roll off and then wait, still carrying a little bit of speed, then downshift, and it gets me
at the right speed for the corner.
So it's all the timing, and it's like you learn each individual thing, which this does. It makes you do one thing, like clothes on a clothes hanger, then you take it all down, then you got an outfit of the good rider. But you need to do one thing, like isolate, right? Next one, I told you this already, so we'll go down, perfect lines. Like you're on Google Maps, what's the straightest line through these corners, like Google Maps? Turn around, come back, no line. Literally 50-50 dead center and come all the way back. So use line selection, take line selection away. Next, pace just has to be slower. Yeah. At the speeds that we're just going coming back, you think the rear brake would slow us down? It never.
Not a lot. No, not much.
Never anything to do anything. It's just bi position. Go down bi position. Practice the timing of when you're moving your body. Come back, no bi position. Just be a statue. The other one, do timing of bi position. A lot of people move too fast, so move slower. Get your bi side to side, right? Try all that stuff out.
Okay.
And then next time go around, all I want you to do is focus on strong exits. Just really power out of the corner.
Yep.
And like, okay, you go through the corner, you're powering out of it. Like, okay, next time, when did I get back on the throttle? Okay, you take the corner again, you go back and forth. Okay, I'm on the throttle like around this tree or whatever landmark you have. Why am I on the throttle there? Can I get on the throttle earlier? Can I crack it open sooner? Well, maybe not. Okay, if I get on the throttle right there at that tree, okay, but when am I at full throttle? Not into the car or not to this black mark on the ground. Well, why not? Because it's still leaned. Well, maybe I could actually physically counter steer and push the bike up faster. I could get the full throttle earlier. So how early can I get back to full throttle? I don't mean hold it. I just mean this, coming out of the corner and right back off.
Right.
Just because you're not going felony speeds, right? So you're going 70, 80, okay, roll back off. But just try to get that feeling of actually going all the way to full throttle, then just roll back off. So on the straightaways, I go slow. On the corners, I have fun. Yeah. It's opposite for people. Straightaway 120, I got my R1, second gear for that bike. But in the corner, they go 30. I'm like, dude, get the hell out of my way. I'm not going that fast in the straights, but then I'm like literally up the tire, like in the, like, oh my God, come on, dude, move. But anyway, a bunch of homework to do, right?
Yes. A bunch of practicing, which is homework.
So, where do you get confidence? It's all in the brakes. I would never have the confidence to go that pace, to do anything, if I can't slow the bike down. If I can't slow the bike down, all this stuff is irrelevant, right? That's the main thing. Now, the only reason why neither one of us are in the hospital right now, because when I got on the brakes, I never did this.
Right.
We'd be down, hospital.
No jerking.
I went like this. I still got to 80%, but I went 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 70, 90, 80. Right. Now, did I just let go and let everything bounce back up?
No. Smooth application and smooth release.
And then that's all I was going.
Yep. No, I was watching that. I was paying attention to every second of that.
On and off is a dimmer switch. If I were to brake that hard at any moment,
that's a great analogy. It's a dimmer.
It's all dimmer switch. People think everything is on-off light switch. The throttle is a dimmer switch. The front brake is a dimmer switch. The rear brake. Even releasing the clutch is a dimmer. Even lean angle. How quickly you turn the bike. It's not just 0 to 60 degrees of lean. It's like body position. I don't go like this. It's every single damn thing is a dimmer switch. Look at just normal nature. Look at the mountains, right? There's no sharp edges. So I tell people, stop riding like a heartbeat. That's your throttle.
Be smooth.
That's your brakes. That's your shifting. That's everything is this shit. I want you to be all a hill. Roll on, roll up. Everything. Everything you do. To the point where what you said to me when we first stopped down there, smooth. Smooth means I'm moving my hands slow. Literally, that's what it means. People say, you need to be smooth. Thanks, bro, I'll be smooth. What the fuck does that mean? Nobody explains it. I want you to move your hands 30% slower than what you think. That means I want you to be smooth, but actually telling people something useful that's going to help them. Slow your hands down. Watch people shift. When they take off and they go to shift gears, it's like they're going downstairs. If you can't tell that bike is moving, that's a pretty good rider. How many times you shift, you think you'd be good at shifting? When the bike's going like this, your hands are fast. You're chopping the throttle, you're letting go of the clutch, you're on the... Watch people upshift and downshift. That damn bike should not move. Just, that's what being smooth means. You need to slow your hands down. The bike doesn't know where it is. The next bullet point I have on here.
Okay.
Right? It doesn't know if it's on the streets or the track or the parking lot. Yep. It only knows the input you do. On and off smoothly. Same exact thing, on and off smoothly. If the bike could talk like Transformers, it'd be like, who the hell is this idiot riding me? Why is he grabbing my brakes? Why is he throwing the throttle on? This is ridiculous. And someone gets on it that does smooth, like, oh, this guy can ride me, okay. Like all the bikes, I could hear them. They're all talking.
They're all talking. You're the bike. You're the bike whisperer.
Get this guy off me. This thing is, he's like choking me. He's just. The bike. I feel bad for all these bikes because you get blamed for everything in the world. The bike can't do it. The bike's top heavy. The bike's low ground. I'm like, dude, you can't do it. I guarantee you the bike can do it. Next, Only 3 more bullets. The only time I've ever freaked myself out is going.
This is gold. Don't rush through it. This is gold.
No. I'm just going straight.
I know.
These
All
are
right.
all bullet points. I've been doing the same thing 500 people. The only time I've ever freaked myself out is going too fast into a corner. Not exiting fast.
No.
Not mid-corner speed.
Yeah.
Into it. On the track, both times I went off, well, all 3 times I went off the track was going into the corner too fast. Freaked myself out, and I was like, oh, I don't want to lean more because I'm afraid of leaning more, so I just took the bike up and off the track, whatever. I crashed at the track before, but that was something else. But
So spat.
just going into the corner for my, just
Do
going.
you remember spat?
Yeah, speed position. So
Speed position adjust. Just
on
speed.
the track, of course, that's the time to push and figure things out.
Right.
But on the street,
On the street.
the only time I freaked myself out, like, my gosh, is into it too fast. I could accelerate as hard as I want. I could do anything else. But that's usually the spark that causes everything to go crazy. So when you go into the corner too fast, you start to get some panic. And you start to target fixate, you forget how to turn, you forget how to look. Everything just happens within a half second and then you're crashing. But what caused it? Entry speed too fast. Always.
Yeah.
Always. Now, if you combine entry speed too fast with people that don't know how to brake in the turn, and you get what you see today in today's society. People crashing left and right everywhere. They don't know how to use the brake at all, let alone in a turn. So it's like,
Or mid corner as they're leaning.
yeah, people think you just can't. Oh, you never do that. Okay, bro. I wish everybody who don't believe you could do that, I wish I had the resource to bring everybody here and I could do this with them. They'd have 100 people lined up with tents and water and food. I would just take people one at a time. I would just do that for like 12 hours straight. And especially all the people that hate me and don't think I know what I'm doing.
It would
You guys
change.
got first priority. You first 20 idiots that don't think I know what I'm doing and all I do is ride in parking lots.
Oh my
like,
God.
This is my main focus because that's where people die. Nobody dies in parking lots doing U-turns. People fly off cliffs. That's why I do this, because the braking, getting the bike under control, that's the most important thing. It's braking is the number one thing. So rule number 1, I said it, but I say it again at the end.
Okay.
For any corner, any track, anywhere, slow down until you're comfortable with your speed and direction. That's straight from champ school. And the direction part I didn't understand until I went there the second time. So this is it. So you're the exit. I'm going 80, 70, 60, 50. I'm going 50 miles per hour. The speed is comfortable, but look where I'm facing. Here's the double yellow, and I'm going right.
Right.
You're the exit. I'm going 50, I'm still going wide. What do? I keep slowing down. I stay with the brakes. I increase the brake pressure. Whatever I have to do, I keep slowing down until not only I'm good with the speed, I thought 50 was good, but I'm going over the double yellow. Keep slowing down, keep braking, get this damn thing under control. Okay, now it's actually going the direction I want to. That's rule number 1 for every turn, every time I go into anything. And this whole process may last a half second, but it's like, okay, I'm slowing down. I was gonna crack it back open, but I'm still kind of going wide because I got a lot of speed going into it. I'm just gonna stay 0 throttle, half second more, get back under control, now I'll crack it open.
Right.
But that's the discipline of mid-corner speed. People jack up the first third entry speed is pretty much all bad. If you get the entry speed right, but you're too aggressive or too impatient mid-turn to get back on the throttle, it's also gonna jack everything up. So you discipline getting into the corner at your comfort, mid-corner speed, crack it open, wait till this damn bike gets facing the right direction, and accelerate all you want to. Because there's never any issues people accelerating out of the corner. It's only the first 2/3. Entry speed too fast or accelerating too hard before the bike is facing the right way. Next thing, every single road, this road, 94, every track I've been to, there's at least 1 or 2 corners where I give myself a pass. I just hate this corner. There's always gravel, it sucks, it's blind, there's always cars, or it's off camber, I give myself a pass. When I go right on the road, if I'm talking to my buddy behind me, I'm like, hey man, here comes this stupid left turn, I'm gonna over slow, I'm going to go slower than normal. Okay, just thanks for letting me know. Why don't you like it? Because we're going right or whatever, or we're going left, it's like this.
Yeah.
So if it was flat and I was leaning this much, that's how much lean I have. Since it's off camber, it's so much lean. I scraped my engine guard on that thing before because I didn't know it the first time. And then when you're going around the corner like that, a left-hand turn, your front end gets so underloaded, I thought the front tire was just gonna wash out. The brick wall right there is just, you could see how many people just went flying right into that damn thing because they don't realize the corner's so bad. So if a corner you don't like, if it's railroad tracks, gravel, it's just a shitty turn, give yourself a pass. You don't have to be fast everywhere. No. You don't try to be. In the SoCal Supermoto, they say this best. Go slow in the slow parts, fast in the fast parts. You know how people crash, they try to go fast in the slow parts. Yeah. This is a slow turn. It's off camber, it's dirty. I'm going slow as shit, dude. We could go fast everywhere for this 30 miles of twisties, but these 6 spots, I'm going slow because my goal is to make it home only.
Yeah.
That's the only goal I have. I want to make it home. Right? So give yourself a pass. It's okay. And to summarize everything, why would you go fast if you can't stop fast?
Yeah.
People go quicker than me, way faster than I just did, and they have no idea how to brake like that. It's double dumb to me.
It's stupid. It's insane.
Like you can't slow down and you're going at that speed.
I agree.
Like, and you believe you can't use the brakes in the turn, yet you're going faster than me through the turns. It's like, and plus now you see, look at the speeds that we just did. If I say let's jump on the bike, I'm gonna go do the same speeds, keep up. It would be absolute insane because it's all relative. When people try to go fast, or they think I'm going fast, or they see me riding around and I'm making a video, like this is, I'm going so simple speed to me.
Right.
I'm able to talk to you and go one-handed.
Yep.
If I wanted to go fast, I'm not going to be talking about nothing.
Even at the speeds you were riding at with a passenger, I didn't feel unsafe. And I have a very good gauge of whether or not someone can ride.
And I'm nowhere near. My heart rate was 30.
Right. I felt pretty relaxed on the back as well. I tell you, on the way back with your braking exercises, it was a shoulder and
you just hold on. Yeah.
arm exercise to not crush your back and hit your head, because that's a lot of braking force on that front end and pushing me forward. So I was having to I was like, ooh, my arms are getting a workout here. But it was an enormous, apart from it being fun, it was an enormous revelation. It was like an eye-opener.
Yeah, same thing happened to me, Jess. But if you have any questions right off the top of your head, now it's your time.
I have got so much to unpack from the experience and what you've just said in the last half an hour that I want to go back and review.
Yeah, like
and
listen to it
and write my own notes. And I also want to watch my video of you riding and me riding and then me being on the back. I've just got so much homework.
Yeah.
Right
and
now.
All the homework I told you.
Yeah. No, and it's awesome.
Oh, that's another thing. Ride one-handed. Get up in third gear just to practice counter steering. Because how do you go right? You push right. How do you go left? You pull. So that's the last homework assignment. I don't have that written down, so I got to write it down.
Cool. But you've got enough material there for a new book.
Yeah, I could take all that one-on-one stuff and make a whole book.
You should absolutely.
And like each thing will be a whole chapter.
Yeah, a whole chapter, but it's it's advanced riding
It'd
skills.
be like advanced cornering book.
Advanced cornering, advanced riding. Yeah, exactly, man. It would just be phenomenal. Sign me up. I'd buy a book. Yeah.